Hello everyone, hope you are fine and safe. Today we are going to discuss the prose An Astrologer's Day written by the author R.K. Narayan. So before we go into the prose, let us know something about the author. R.K. Narayan was born on 10 October 1906 and he passed away on 13 May 2001. His shortened form for Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swamy. Just now we said R.K. Narayan. So his full name is Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Iyer Narayan Swamy, who is an Indian author whose works of fiction include a series of books about people and their interactions in an imagined town called Malgudi. So fiction means imaginary poems, imaginary stories he used to write. And you might have seen the movie or you have read the novel Malgudi Express or Malgudi Days. So that is also written by his one of the good collection of him. He is credited with bringing Indian literature in English to the rest of the world and is regarded as one of India's greatest novelists. So he was able to write his Indian culture in his books, so he have used the Indian upbringing into his books, and he is one of the greatest novelists of India. Narayan's work also include The Financial Expert, hailed as one of the most original works of 1951. His The Guide won the Sahitya Academy Award. So he is the awardee of Sahitya Academy. So his works was well literate and he have got the Sahitya Academy Award for that. In a writing career that spanned over 60 years, Narayan received many awards and honors. These include the A.C. Benson Medal from the Royal Society of Literature and the Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian award. So because of his writing, he have got so many awards. Let us continue with the lesson. Punctually at midday, he opened his bag and spread out his professional equipment. Okay, every day a person, punctually, without miss, at the same time, in the midday, that is in afternoon, he will open his bag and spread out the professional equipments. Okay, so professional equipments means the equipments, the instruments which are required for that particular profession. Okay, what profession? Which consisted of a dozen cowrie shells. Okay, so cowrie shells, that seashells you might have seen, that shells, a square piece of cloth, okay, red color or yellow color square piece of cloth with obscure mystic charts on it. Okay, so on the square piece of cloth there is some charts. Okay, so some mantras written which is unable to understand, which other people cannot understand. So that type of cloth he has, and a notebook and a bundle of Palmyra writing. Okay, so Palmyra writing which others cannot understand. Okay, so a person punctually at the midday in the afternoon, he will come and he will sit somewhere and he will bring out all his equipments from the bag. Okay, so what is the instruments he is having? He is having dozen of cowrie shells and the square piece of cloth on which there is written something which are unable to understand, and a notebook and the Palmyra writings. Okay, some cards he have. Okay, his forehead was resplendent with sacred ash and vermilion. So on his forehead he have put the ash. Okay, so white color vibhuti we said. Okay, so white color ash he have put, and vermilion. Okay, the turmeric he has put, and his eyes are pleasing. Okay, so when you see him you feel like talking to him. Okay, and his eyes sparkled with a sharp abnormal gleam which was really an outcome of a continual searching for customers. So his eyes are looking out everywhere in search of the customers. Okay, so all this description says that the person who is doing this is an astrologer. Okay, and he is seeking for the customers, but which is his simple clients took to be a prophetic light and felt comforted. So he will make his customers so comfortable that everyone believes in him. So his eyes are looking for the customers, okay, and then he makes the other comfortable. The power of his eyes was considerably enhanced by their position placed as they were between the painted forehead and the dark whiskers which streamed down his cheeks. So in his eyes it was a kind of shine that attracts other customers, okay. So when people see him, they will attracted towards him so that they can go to him and then they can talk to him. Even a half-wit's eyes would sparkle in such a setting, okay. So he was sitting at a place where all the lights are focused at one place. To crown the effect, he wound a saffron-colored turban round his head. So, to give more importance to the personality, what this person is doing, the saffron color, orange color turban he is putting round on his head. Okay, so you might have seen this astrologers, they will wear some orange or yellowish, some box type in that mantras have been written. So such kind of clothes he is wearing. This color scheme never failed. Okay, so whenever we see the orange color or red or yellow color kurtas like that, so we will assume that he is either the pandit or an astrologer, right? So that color scheme has never failed. People were attracted to him as bees are attracted to cosmos or dahlia stalks, okay. So people are attracted to him, okay, to the astrologer. The people are attracted such that the bees, how they are in a hive, so many bees will be there, no? So like that they have attracted, or it has people have scattered, I mean people have gathered over there, like how the insects will gather at the some sweet, okay. He sat under the boughs of a spreading tamarind tree. So beneath the tamarind tree he is sitting, which flanked a path running through the town hallmark, okay, hall park. So that the tree is under the path where the people has to walk through the park. It was a remarkable place in many ways. A surging crowd was always moving up and down this narrow road morning till night. So he has chosen a place where more of the public is there. More the people, more the customers he will get, and more fool he can make to the people and earn money, right? So therefore he is sitting at a place where public will move up and down more. A variety of trades and occupations was represented all along its way. So in that road, many other occupations, even other shops were also there. So when other shops are also there, people will come for shopping there, and thus they will see this person and they will sit to talk to him. So in that road, what are the shops were there? Medicine sellers were there. Okay, medicine sellers means the medical. Okay, medical is important, everyone will visit there. So people when come there, then obviously they will see this person and then they will come to him to talk. Then sellers of stolen hardware. So the whatever the theft hardware is there, even they will sale there. And junk magicians, some magicians were there, and above all an auctioneer of cheap clothes. Okay, so just like our we have Shivaji Nagar, Sunday Bazaar, okay, we get very cheap clothes over there, right? So for 50 rupees we get a shirt. So such kind of cheap clothes were being auctioned over there. Who created enough din all day to attract the whole town. So these cloth sellers will screaming all day, okay, come take the clothes, 50 rupees each, like that they will screaming, and the astrologer is sitting beside so that he can attract the public. Next to him in vociferousness came a vendor of fried groundnut. Okay, so next to the astrologer, some noisy seller came who was for fried groundnut. Okay, so who gave his ware a fancy name each day. So each day he will call his groundnuts a new name, so that it by listening to the new name, people will come and get attracted. So sometimes he will call Bombay ice cream, okay, one day and on the next day he will call it as Delhi almond, and on the third day Raja's delicacy. So every day he will give up the new name, so that people can attract to the product and they can take the product, and so on and so forth, and people flock to him. So by listening to the new names and all, people get attracted and he will have a good business. A considerable portion of this crowd dallied before the astrologer too. So the people who will come and attract to this grounded person, so next to him is sitting the astrologer. So as for astrologer also, the other people will come and waste their time with talking to the astrologer. So because of this grounded person, even the astrologer will have the business. The astrologer transacted his business by the light of a flare which crackled and smoked up above the groundnut heap nearby. Okay, so this astrologer does not has his own light. Okay, so when the evening comes, they have to put on the light, right? But this astrologer does not have the light of his own, rather the groundnut person has his light. So under that shade he will have his business. Half the enchantment of the place was due to the fact that it did not have the benefit of municipal lighting. So in the street where this astrologer was sitting, so there they did not have the facility of lighting. Okay, so from the government they did not have this facility of light. So therefore he have to adjust from the groundnut person. The place was lit up by shop lights. Okay, so we saw that in that street so many shops were there. Okay, medical was there, then Stoller hardware shop was there, auctioneer of cheap clothes was there. So in the different shops they will put on the light, no? So in that light itself this astrologer will manage to have his business. One or two had hissing gas lights, some had naked flares stuck on poles, some were lit up by old cycle lamps, and one or two, like the astrologers, managed without lights of their own. So in that street there were no municipal lights. Okay, government has not facilitated with the lights, so therefore some people has the gas lights, some people had the flares, okay, on the poles. So the pole will be there and the stick type, and then in this they will flare the lamp, right? In the old movies you might have seen, so such kind they have. And then some will, in old cycle lamps, they will light up the light, and then and some 1 2 3 people, just like astrologer, they are adjusting with the others light. It was a bewildering crisscross of light rays and moving shadows. Okay, so in that light shaded in the fire you see the shadows, right? So this astrologer, where he will sit, so there the light will be there, so when people come and go, their shadows will be falling on him. This suited the astrologer very well, for the simple reason that he had not in least intended to be an astrologer when he began life, and he knew no more of what was going to happen to others than he knew what was going to happen to himself next minute. So this kind of he is not investing a light for his business, okay, because this person does not want to work for that, but unintentionally he is doing that just to earn some money. Okay, so the author says that the astrologer does not know what will happen with him the next minute, and he is sitting to say the future of people. So author is saying that the astrologer who is sitting, who does not know his future, what will happen in the next minute, so he will say the future of the other people. He was as much a stranger to the stars as were his innocent customers. Okay, so the astrologer was unaware about the studies of the astrology. He was not knowing anything about the astrology. Just he will make fool of others to his customers. He will use some words and then he will make fool of it. Yet he said things which pleased and astonished everyone. So without knowing the astrology, he will use the words, okay, he will such that the customer will get surprised. Okay, so if they say that you have this problem and you want the cure for this, so some tricks he know. Okay, so because of which everyone becomes surprised and they get impressed about him. That was more a matter of study, practice and shrewd guesswork. So he will do all this without the study of astrology. He is doing all this because it is only the study, practice and the shrewd guesswork. Okay, little guesswork and it has become practiced now. All the same, it was as much an honest man's labor as any other, and he deserved the wages he carried home at the end of the day. So like how other sellers sell their talent, okay, for example, that cheap cloth person, okay, so he have to auction it, he have to scream again, everybody come here, take this cloth, 50 rupees each. He have to scream, he have to sell, and then he have to get his money. All right, so the same way even this person have to seek for the customers, he have to say lie to them, and then he have to get some rupees just to feed his family and his stomach. He had left his village without any previous thought or plan. So this astrologer had left his village without the plan. Okay, so without all of a sudden he left his village. He did not had any plan. If he had continued there, he would have carried on the work of his forefathers. So if he was there in his village, okay, then he would have carried the work of his forefathers. Okay, what his father, grandfather all have done. So he would have got the same business. Okay, what they used to do, they used to till the land, living, marrying and ripening in his cornfield and ancestral home. So they have their own home there, they have the land over there, he have to live there, he have to get married, have to be happy with the family, and he have to wait for the cornfield, okay, corn, and they have their home of themselves. But that was not to be. Okay, he had to leave home without telling anyone, and he could not rest till he left it behind a couple of 100 miles. To a villager, it is a great deal, as if an ocean flowed between. So to go out of he does not wanted to do all these things. Okay, he wanted a new city life. So therefore he have to leave the house without saying to anybody. So he have to leave the place without telling anyone, and he have to walk 100 miles. Okay, so from his village he have to walk 100 miles to get the city. So therefore walking 100 miles is just like a crossing over a ocean to a person who lives in the village.